Hello.
Hello, sir. I'm Philippine. I'm here for the job interview today.
Oh, please come in.
Okay, thank you.
Wait there for a second.
Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, Miss Philippine. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm a French student. I've been living in Phuket for 4 months now, and I've known the Club Med company for years now because I used to go on holidays with my parents. And I really always wanted to be part of this company. Working in this company has always been something that I felt very attracted by. I enjoy doing sports. I played tennis for a long time, and at a quite high level. And I also have all the certificate needed to work in kindergarten and places with children and do some activities with them. Um, I used to work during 3 years with children in some holidays camp where I was with children from 3 to 11 years old for 2 or 3 months. I'm really interested in the vacant position you have in the tennis sport team and also in the mini club team where you have to look after children.
Can you tell me what did you know about this position?
Actually, I was looking on some website online, and as I told you, I used to go to Club Med when I was a child. So your sign popped up on the side of my website, on the website I was. So I clicked on it, and then I saw all this page where you offer job. You ask for the characteristics, so I just put the characteristic that I have the diploma to be with children and to be a tennis teacher. I put that in the database, and all this came out that you needed eventually in your team a person to look after children and a person to be in the tennis team. So this is how I heard about Club Med looking for people to hire. And moreover, I already saw some of your spots in France on the TV, asking and saying that you were recruiting and needed some qualified people for the high season.
So, can you tell me about your working experience?
So about my working experience, I've been working for 3 years now in kindergarten holiday camp with children from 3 to 11 years old. I've been working as a front desk employee at my tennis club for 2 years. And now I'm currently not working because I've been studying in Prince of Songkla University, but I'm really motivated to work in your company.
So, are you willing to leave your home for more than 6 months?
I know what working for Club Med implies. I know that you have to leave your home and your family for 6 months, but you will always find them back 6 months later. I know it's a unique experience, and I've read so many reviews online from people who worked in your company before, and more than 90% of them say that it's a unique experience, and this is definitely something you must do in your life if you ever have a chance to. So I'm more than ready to leave my home for 6 months, and as I told you, I've been away from home already for 4 months, so I can leave my home and I can work for your company.
Well, the last question as the conclusion. Can you tell me, do you speak other language frequently except your French?
Actually, I do. I speak fluently English, and I'm capable of holding a conversation in Spanish and in German. I'm not fluent in Spanish or in German, but if people talk to me and I have to answer them, I will be able to answer them.
Thank you for coming today. We will contact you in a few days by email.
Okay, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you and the company. Have a very nice end of day.
Thank
again,
you.
sir. It's been a pleasure. Bye.
In the first time, we will talk about how Club Med measure employee performance. So the employee's performance is measured by customer satisfaction. For example, customer feedback will reflect the employee's attitude, but also the quality of the service. In Club Med, feedback is requested at the end of the stay to customers, but also a satisfaction questionnaire is sent by email to the customers. For larger jobs, as a manager, for example, they are closely monitored. To measure their managerial qualities, they use 360 degrees. This type of interview involves not only the supervisor, but also all the collaborators of the person concerned. So they are evaluated and rewarded not only on customer satisfaction, but also on the respect of the budget and the managerial qualities they show towards their employees. So now we will talk about the kind of rewards that Club Med used for employee performance. So employees exercising their talents in a very pleasant environment. And it's important to notice that Club Med is trying to retain its employee and reward performance without impacting the cost. That is why they used another kind of reward. For example, the employees are interested in the additional sales they are involved in, such as excursion proposed by the club or drinks at the bar, for example. So to continue, now I will talk about the problem of their performance management. So for example, the club wants to attract more younger graduates who are quicker to work and easier to change. Club Med has to persuade the students that it's an employer capable of offering a career beyond a few seasons. But the fact that the rewards used to felicitate the performance are not related to the wage, like money or promotion, can represent a problem when employees continue to work in the company for a long time. Also, the basic salaries are still modest, and they have now to serve customers 6 days a week for a whole season. So it's sometimes difficult to keep this kind of employee who will leave for the competitor who ask fewer exigencies.
Like many other businesses in the industry, we also use the SMART goal approach at Club Med. Specific means that our goals focus on results, and the main aim is to maintain and improve the business. So we let employees know that their action is required to achieve these business goals. Measurable means that our results need to be accessible, for example, being on time or meeting our quality standards. Therefore, we use our feedback forms to assess our employees' performance, or the 360 degrees feedback approach. Agreed stands for agreeing with employees on objectives that promote the business success. So we try to link goals to the bigger picture. Realistic means that we design our business objectives to challenge our employees. Yet, goals need to be in reach, otherwise they may not be motivating. But challenging goals, for us, it means that we try to get the best out of our employees and their capabilities. Time-based stands for setting completion dates, so employees can plan ahead and take their time to reach the goals. Therefore, we set clear deadlines, for example, a meeting once a month. So yes, performance management and our standards really help us achieve our business goals. If an employee doesn't fit the performance standard, we start with an oral warning. Therefore, a meeting between supervisor and employee will be scheduled to ensure the privacy. The supervisor will prepare notes in advance in order to know exactly what to say to the employee. It will be clearly stated that the meeting is about an oral warning. The supervisor will be specific about unacceptable behavior and performance. Moreover, he will remind and explain the employee the acceptable standards and will hand him a written version of the company standards. Also, the supervisor needs to state the consequences of failure if the employee is not able to demonstrate a change or an improvement. The next step would be a written warning. Therefore, the department needs to get the letter approved of the responsible department. The letter will state clearly that it is about a written warning followed up after the oral warning, because the employee continued to disregard the performance standards. The letter will state clearly the performance problems or the rule violation in detail. Attached will be some supporting documents, for example, a feedback form of a customer that shows negative results. In addition, the letter will describe the impact of the misbehavior of the employee. It will explain the expectations regarding employee performance and behavior at work. The written warning will clarify that there will be consequences if the employee does not show immediate change of behavior. The next step will be disciplinary actions. For example, suspension without pay. Club Med will provide a letter that states exactly the reasons and consequences of suspension. It will inform the employee about the number of days of suspensions without pay.
What are the plans to develop the employees?
The manager reviews the professional skills and commitment of the employees. It is the so-called end-of-season evaluation, and it happens once a year. Depending on the performance, some employees will be advanced in the hierarchy. This is already one motivation for them to do the best job performance possible. Furthermore, each employee gets an evaluation of that team every 6 months to know where they stand. What trainings do you have?
Club Med has trainings for different given professional branches. Each training is designed for skills indispensable for each job level. It is organized around 3 areas depending on this job level. And these 3 areas are the profession, the behavior or the attitude of the person, of the people, and the techniques. Furthermore, trainings are organized into development levels concerning refreshing, preparation of progress, and preparation for taking up a new job or a new position. Between each of these modules, the employees can see the progress they made. Good organizers, so-called GOs, and good employees, so-called GEs, can project and see themselves on possible development perspectives, and they can see which training could be needed to prepare them. Each year in November, Club Med has the so-called Talent Campus, in which 2,000 employees from different countries and different professions receive training and personal or managerial training and techniques in one village. This one village differs every year, so that every village that Club Med represents can be one time the destination of this training. This culture diversity we have because of this, or the culture mix, is a key element that has always built our culture and corporate identity. We have more than 100 different nationalities that are represented within the 75 villages Club Med has worldwide. What is important if working on the management's team?
It is important on the management team to keep the requirements of the standards, offer high-end service and mobilize its employees around ambitious growth objectives. It is necessary to build a career management and structured skills. Club Med has set up a global organization around the human resource departments deployed in each country and profit centers. What does an orientation of new employees include?
First, the new employee has to get to know the village where he's living now and all the ways in order to help tourists asking for a special destination, for example like the swimming pool or a restaurant. Then, he's introduced to all employees working there, and especially to the head of village and, of course, to his team. The manager then will tell and explain to the new employee all the expectations Club Med has and represent the organization and its rules. After approximately 3 days, the employee will start and receive his first
Compensation. Compensation attracts and retains employees. The hotel provides good compensation to retain good employees to stay with the hotel as well. The compensation of each employee depends on the improve themselves of the employees. Employees who show good performance in their tasks and will be rewarded with higher salary and bonus, and it also get a higher position as well. Characteristic of employee aspect the level of compensation. The standard of compensation will have workers highest position. They tend to have more benefits than lower positions. More education will have a highest degree will get good working or particular skill for some positions. Or the more people who have worked for long times and have a lot of experience, it also get more benefits than new employee. It all depends on their development in their workplace. Thank you.